Hi children, how are you? I hope you are fine and you are safe. Okay children, so we have completed the terrestrial plants in the lesson number 2 of class 4, plants living and surviving. That is the lesson number 2. Okay, so here in the next topic when we are going, so the next topic is the aquatic plants. Okay, aquatic plants are those plants which are surviving in the water. Okay, so if you are seeing the water, see plants can be everywhere, right? Without plants we can't survive also. If you see the water also, there are types of plants present in them. If you will see the aquarium also, there also you find some plants and trees, right? So now let us go through the what are aquatic plants and how they have divided, how they have categorized. Okay, so this one is the first one is floating plants. What do you mean by floating plants, children? Floating plants are those plants which are drawn into the water and they are just floating up. If you have go to the Hussain Sagar in the Hyderabad, you can see floating plants are available there. If you have observed so many times, right? So they are called as duckweed plants. Okay, and okay, so that will be the floating plants. Okay, and you can see the water hyacinth also. That is also a type of floating plants in which they are floating on the water and the roots are upside down and they are getting all the nutrients from the water and they are growing out of the water and they are almost green in color. And why they are green in color? There is no chances for shutting off leaves and everything. So every time they are present in water, so they are getting nourished by water. Okay children, and they are continuously, the process of photosynthesis is continuously going on because they are getting the sunlight from the environment and they are just giving out the giving out the oxygen and they are taking the carbon dioxide. Okay children, so here and you know these floating plants, they are also protecting the few birds. Because a few small insects are there, they are just going into the water and they are just escaping from the enemies. Okay children. So next one is fixed plants. Fixed plants. Okay. Fixed plants are those plants which are fixed into the water and they have a hollow stem. If you find that lotus, it is grown into the mud, okay, and it is just fixed into the plant. It's not floating here and there like a floating plant, okay. It is fixed to the plant wherever it is growing, it grows, okay, and take all the nutrients. And do you know children, these are the, it has a broad leaves. Did you see the lotus plant? Yes, it has a broad leaves and in that under the broad leaves so many fishes, small fishes, they are protecting themselves from the enemies also. Okay, and they have a hollow stem. Why they have a hollow stem? To take the nutrients from the water to and supply all the nutrients to all parts of the plant. Okay children, those are fixed plants you can find in the water. This is a type of aquatic plant. Okay children. Next one is underwater plants. Okay, you can find this fixed plants as a lotus. Yes. So here the underwater plants are those plants which are totally merged into the water. Okay children, like water lily and hydrilla you can find in them. Totally they are merged into the water and do you know children, like they have a waxy coating on them. The leaves of that plants, of underwater plants, they have waxy coating. What is this waxy coating? I will tell you beta. Like this one, they have on their leaves as what you call as they are continuously giving the oxygen, okay, and they are totally submerged in the water. Then without sunlight, how can they grow into the water? So whenever the sunlight is when the sunlight is on the water, this waxy coating of the leaves trap the sunlight into them and they help in the process of photosynthesis. I think children you got this point. Okay, that is the speciality of underwater. Okay, you find the most of the underwater plants in an aquarium, right? These plants have more survival rate more than this terrestrial plants and the floating plants and the fixed plants. Okay, children, this much you have to understand. Okay, children, next one is, see. Here you can see, I'll show you in the textbook. So this one is the fixed plant, the lotus. They have broad leaves. Okay. This one is underwater plants. You can see the aquarium, right? So this one is floating water. This one is floating water. You can find this type of duckweed in the place where you are finding the ponds and all. Okay, children. So now the next topic is the plants of a grass family. See, children, plants of grass family like what you call as bamboo, cereal, sugar cane. These are all comes under the grass family. And you know, children, the Egyptians are those civilization. They have discovered the papyrus, and papyrus in which the paper is obtained from them. Like we are eating the sugar, we are consuming the sugar, and sugar is coming from obtained from the sugar cane. Cereals like wheat, grass, wheat, and maize, millet. These are also cereals. Okay, rice also are cereals. Okay, and bamboo. Do you know, children, how many things we are making from bamboo trees? Yes. The bamboo trees are more in like we are preparing the baskets, toys, and a lot of things for the bamboo. Okay, children. Okay. And next topic is for some unusual plants. Unusual plants like insectivorous plants. Okay, this one we have to say. Insectivorous plants. What do you mean by insectivorous plants? Insectivorous plants, children. Insectivorous plants are those plants which are trapping the insects in them, and they are the food of that plant. Okay, so like a Venus flytrap and sundew, and one more is also there. One more is also there. Okay? Venus fly, yes, this is the only thing. Okay, Venus flytrap and sundew. These are the different insectivorous plants. Okay. So here the Venus flytrap, I will show you how they are trapping the insects. So here a small cup type shape is there, okay, and one more is also there. That is also there. That is picture book. Yeah, you can find in the textbook. See here. This one is what, Nana? Venus flytrap. This one is picture plant, and this one is sundew. Okay, I'll just show you how the process is going on. So in the Venus flytrap, if you will see here in the textbook, see here, beta, how they have opened the two leaves. Okay, they have opened the two leaves. It's like a open ball. It's like a open ball. And here, if you find this one, they are very attractive. And once the insect is coming into this, they are automatically close the trap. So that is called as Venus flytrap plant, and this is one of the insectivorous plant. What about the picture plant? If you will see this picture, here in this picture plant, what is there, beta? So whenever this insect is coming or any butterfly is coming, so here in this picture they just attract this, it's very attractive. And then whenever the insect is going down, just it is closed from the upper. Suppose this is the picture and this is the picture. Picture means that picture which you are seeing, not that picture. That is a picture. Okay. So here when the insects are attracted to this, and then they are trapped into this, automatically the upside lid type of lid is there and it is closing into it, and the insect is trapped in that picture. So that is the picture plant. Okay children, and next one is sundew. Sundew, it's a very attractive and it is very sticky in nature. Okay, so they have the stamens outside which are very sticky. Whenever suppose this is a sundew plant, okay, so and these stamens are very sticky in nature. So whenever the butterflies or honeybees are attract to this, what happens? It is stick into this stamens, and they automatically they will cover it and then they will trap it, and that is the fruit of the plants. Okay, that is about regarding the insectivorous plants. And the last topic is what children? That is rainforest. So you know children, rainforest, where do you find the rainforest plants? Which are always evergreen and they consist a lot of nutrients, and where you find the lot of rainfall, like Manchvaram is there, Cherrapunji is there in our India. Okay, so these type of plants have a lot of water in them. They are very healthy and they are very they contains of very nutrients. If you go to the most rainfall places and rainforest, they are always evergreen plants children. Okay, so this is the regarding about the all the lesson number 2 children. Okay, I hope you have understand the lesson number 2, and you will go through all this one at a time. And one more thing I have to tell beta, like this is only the summary and I have given a brief description. Okay, we are going to study the textual information also. Okay children, take care children, bye bye.
Aquatic plants. Plants growing in water. Many plants grow in ponds, lakes, and other water bodies. Such plants found in water are called aquatic plants. Aquatic plants are of 2 main types. Some of such plants float on water, while others live underwater. Floating aquatic plants. These are again of 2 types. Free floating plants, fixed aquatic plants. Let me tell you first about the free floating plants. Water lettuce, water hyacinth, and duckweed are found floating freely on water. They are not attached to any surface. They have air-filled cavities in their leaves and stems. These cavities make them light and help them to easily float on water. Do you know? Aqua means water and aquatic means existing or happening in water.
Fixed aquatic plants. Lotus and water lily are examples of fixed aquatic plants. Such plants are attached to the pond's bed. They have stems with holes and their leaves are broad. The stem of lotus, commonly known as kamal kakri, is eaten as a vegetable. Underwater plants. Hydrilla is an example of a plant that grows underwater. It has pointed and strap-like leaves. Do you know aquatic plants like hydrilla increases the oxygen content of water and removes carbon dioxide from it. This helps in making water suitable for fish and other aquatic animals and helps them to get enough oxygen.